Welcome back. You're still watching Business Morning on a cold, wet, rainy day here in Lagos, Nigeria. And I'm being joined now on the program by a professor from the University of Colorado Boulder, USA, Austin Okigbo. And our conversation is going to be on revamping Nigeria's education for sustainable economic growth, which is the theme for the 20th Nigeria Economic Summit, which will be coming up in Abuja. Good morning, Professor Okigbo, and thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Good morning, Harriet, and good morning to your viewers in Nigeria.
Well, Professor, thank you for joining me, as I said. Now, let's talk a little bit about education generally. We know that it's very critical to the development of any country. Now, what are your thoughts on the quality of human capital development, education, so to speak, here in Nigeria? Is enough being done in terms of investment in this area?
Thank you for that question. Well, let me begin by commenting on the fact that our the theme of the summit is well conceptualized. It's a very clear indication of a global national consciousness on the need to integrate the education and align it with our agenda for national development. Definitely, I would say there have always been ways the government is always thinking about developing the education sector, improving it, and investing in it. But is the investment enough? I think we could do more. Even within the meager resources that we have. So my expectation is that this summit is going to point us in the right direction on how to do that more. But I think there is good policy in place, and things can be done a lot better.
Okay, let's look at some of the initiatives that Nigeria has come up with, since independence, on how to make the education system serve our national development better. Since independence till now, the various initiatives that have come up, it seems as if it hasn't really cut it so much. So does it mean that these initiatives were not properly thought through, or it was the implementation process that caused it to fail?
Well, actually, and it's not just since independence. Nigeria has always had different initiatives and following the ordinances beginning even in 1888. More comprehensive initiatives were taken, especially looking at Nigeria moving forward from post-independence in 1954 with the Macpherson Constitution and 1959, and then, of course, 1960 going forward. It's not just at the very instance, the debate has always been about what benefits us, with regards to the peculiarities of Nigeria as a nation state. And in each instance, I can't say that they all failed woefully. I think we have recorded a number of successes. Nigeria's education system was very good and very competitive, especially in the 1960s, 1970s, all through the 1980s. The failures we have recorded in these initiatives has nothing to do with the content or the philosophies behind them. It's largely as a matter of implementation and the formulation of policies surrounding the implementation of the systems that we have come up with.
Talk a little bit about education generally. We know that it's very critical to development. Thank you so much for joining me this morning via Skype, and it's rather sad that we have to end the conversation now, but we'll get back to this conversation another day. But thank you so much for joining me on the program. I've been speaking to a professor, the University of Colorado Boulder, USA, Austin Okigbo, and we're trying to look at revamping Nigeria's education for sustainable economic growth, which is the theme of the 20th Nigeria Economic Summit coming up in Abuja.